Hello, and welcome to a brief overview of leadership. And I would like to take the opportunity today to brief you on some of the theories and perspectives of leadership, and hopefully you gain something from this session. My name is Alexis Chiang, and let's begin. If you look at this slide, for example, with the penguins, what we typically think of leadership is someone up in front with the followers at the back. However, leaders, in the variety of behaviors that they exhibit, may not necessarily make the best decision. Now, fortunately, these are penguins that we're talking about, and therefore, if a penguin, the leader, for example, jumps into the water, it would make sense for the followers to follow suit so that they can get some food. But if you change the situation around and the leader were to make a decision that would be detrimental to the group, would the followers follow the leader? And that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's start with definitions of leadership first. So firstly, I think we can understand this and we can accept this as something common in terms of what we understand of leadership. It's the process by which an agent induces a subordinate to behave in a desired manner. So basically a leader getting somebody else to do something in a particular way. A leader could also be directing and coordinating the work of a group, for example, getting them to work together for a particular cause. It could also be a situation whereby a leader could be acting out due to interpersonal relations, right? Whereby others would comply because they want to, not because they have to. So you could argue that possibly it's kind of a family relationship, maybe a parent asking a child to do something, the child wanting to do something. You could also look at it as the process of influencing an organized group towards accomplishing its goals, which is something that's quite common in terms of what we understand, as getting a group of people together to have a common cause to work towards something is quite challenging, and this is where a leader can come in. Lastly, you can also think about it as actions that, focus on resources. Now, resources can be termed in time, money, effort, people. All these things are termed as resources. And ultimately putting all of these things together to create desirable opportunities or outcomes that what we're looking for. Now, the leader's job definitely is a tough one, but it can also be used to, create the conditions for the team to be effective. What it means is that situations for teams, they could be lacking members, they could be lacking money, time, and resources, for example. So a leader then has to pull everything together in order to create the conditions, make everything right, basically setting up a base upon which the team then can actually come in and actually do and get the job done, for example. Now, the end result then of leadership would involve then getting results through other people and not doing the job necessarily by themselves, and therefore working on the means as well, the means of leadership, whereby it involves the ability to build cohesive, goal-oriented teams. And this is actually a big challenge because getting, again, different people with different priorities coming together for a common cause, right? Building that cohesiveness, that oneness to direct them all together is a very challenging thing. And this is where leaders are few and far between who are successful in getting a group of people coming together to actually work towards getting a goal done, for example. So therefore, good leaders are those who build teams. They actually build them based on the resources and different people that come together to get the right results across a variety of situations then. So definitely you could also look at leadership then as representing a very complex form of social problem solving in the environment. Now, just pause for a moment and let's look at this picture. If you look at the environment here, you could obviously that the person that's closest to you on the screen, for example, would be the leader. And we would know this as the person is sitting alone and the followers would be on the far edge of the room. What kind of leadership does this kind of tell you though? Is this something that the leader involves the other people in order to make decisions? Or is it something that's very more directive, whereby the followers would actually need to space themselves apart in order to actually send a message that I'm not as good as you, I acknowledge your leadership, and we actually place ourselves at the edge of the table, for example, because we recognize ourselves as followers that we're just not quite there yet in terms of skills or resources.